Electric vehicles are rapidly gaining traction worldwide, and Canada is no exception. With incentives and tax breaks designed to make EV adoption more accessible, now is the perfect time to explore how Canadian buyers can benefit from these policies. Whether you're a Tesla enthusiast or just considering an EV for the first time, the financial advantages available today could completely reshape your perspective on electric vehicles. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get into it. Elon Musk has often dismissed the need for government tax credits for electric vehicles, claiming that Tesla doesn't rely on them. However, governments worldwide have taken a different approach, recognizing that incentives can accelerate EV adoption. By offering thousands of dollars in tax credits, they aim to encourage consumers to transition away from traditional internal combustion engine vehicles and make the switch to electric cars. In the United States, EV buyers can qualify for up to $7,500 in tax credits, significantly reducing the cost of purchasing a Tesla or other electric vehicle. In Canada, however, tax incentives have been more limited. Some provinces offer only a few thousand Canadian dollars in incentives, while others have phased them out entirely. But in 2023, a unique opportunity has emerged, one that allows some Canadian buyers to save up to 50% on a Tesla. This could be a game changer for many potential buyers, making Tesla vehicles more affordable and broadening access to EV ownership. To understand why these incentives are so crucial, it's important to look at Canada's energy landscape. Despite being a country known for its vast oil reserves, Canada still imports large amounts of foreign oil, with much of it going to Ontario and Quebec. A shift to electric vehicles offers multiple benefits, including reducing reliance on foreign oil, creating jobs in the clean energy sector, and improving public health by reducing air pollution. Canada also has an abundance of the natural resources needed to manufacture EV batteries, putting the country in a prime position to lead the electric vehicle revolution. However, not every province is fully on board with this transition. In 2018, Ontario, home to nearly 40% of Canada's population, completely abandoned its EV incentive program. This was a surprising decision, considering Ontario's electricity grid is powered primarily by renewable energy sources like hydro and nuclear. Coal was phased out between 2005 and 2015, yet 10% of the grid still relies on fossil fuels like natural gas. Currently, the only EV incentive available to Ontarians comes from the federal government, which offers up to $5,000 on select electric vehicle models. This rebate applies to Tesla's Model 3 rear-wheel drive, Model Y, and the Model Y long-range dual-motor version. However, Canada's cold climate plays a significant role in consumer preferences. Many Canadians prefer larger, all-wheel drive vehicles, particularly SUVs and trucks, which can handle winter snowstorms more effectively. The Tesla Model Y all-wheel drive starts at around $47,000 to $50,000 in the US, but due to the Canadian exchange rate, its price jumps to $70,000 CAD. Even with the $5,000 federal rebate, the price remains high. When factoring in Canada's 13% tax rate, the cost becomes out of reach for many buyers. Meanwhile, Quebec offers a far more attractive incentive package. In addition to the federal $5,000 credit, the province provides an additional $7,000 in rebates on select EV models. For residents of Quebec, this is a huge advantage. Not only do they save more on EV purchases, but they also benefit from significantly lower fuel costs. Gasoline prices are higher in Quebec compared to Ontario, yet 94% of Quebec's electricity is generated from renewable hydro sources, making EVs even more cost-effective in the long run. While Ontario's government may not be aggressively pushing for EV adoption, the federal government is taking a different approach. Canada is quietly introducing incentives designed to nudge consumers toward EV ownership, and these incentives could be even more beneficial than the standard $5,000 rebate. One of the most significant incentives in 2023 is a 100% tax deduction for businesses that purchase electric vehicles. This policy is intended to encourage businesses to integrate EVs into their fleets, ultimately reducing carbon emissions and increasing the number of electric vehicles on the road. What makes this incentive particularly interesting is that it applies to all businesses, not just large corporations. Any business owner can claim the deduction as long as the EV is used for business purposes more than 50% of the time. The vehicle must be new, purchased, or leased for at least 3 years, and primarily used within Canada. Unlike some incentives that cap eligibility based on vehicle price, this tax deduction has no maximum purchase price. As long as the EV is a qualifying zero-emission vehicle, such as a fully electric, hydrogen-powered, or plug-in hybrid with at least a 7 kilowatt-hours battery, qualifies for the deduction. Normally, electric vehicles fall under Class 54 for tax purposes, which allows for a 30% deduction rate, capped at $55,000. However, in 2023, the cap has been raised to $61,000, providing an even greater incentive for businesses to purchase EVs. Furthermore, the government has temporarily suspended the half-year rule for these deductions. Typically, this rule would limit the amount deductible in the first year, but in 2023, business owners can claim the full deduction immediately. This incentive won't last forever. In 2024, the 100% deduction will begin to phase out, dropping to 75% through 2026, then to 55% until 2028. After that, depreciation will revert to traditional capital cost allowance, CCA, rules. This means that 2023 is the best time to take advantage of this benefit. For those purchasing a Tesla Model Y for business use, the potential savings are substantial. At a starting price of under $70,000, the Model E qualifies for either the federal $5,000 incentive or the full 100% tax deduction for business owners. However, buyers must choose between these two options based on their eligibility. If a business owner qualifies for the tax deduction, the financial benefits are even greater than the standard rebate. Assuming a 43% national tax rate, the full deduction reduces taxable income significantly, effectively lowering the cost of the Model Y to below $44,000. That's a massive incentive for businesses considering switching to EVs. Even for those who don't own businesses, there are still ways to optimize EV incentives. For instance, Tesla's full self-driving package, which adds around $20,000 to the vehicle's price, can be purchased separately after buying the car. This allows buyers to stay within the MSRP limits required for certain incentives while still adding premium features to their vehicle later. At the end of the day, Canada's electric vehicle incentives make it clear that the government is serious about pushing for EV adoption. While some provinces lag behind in offering rebates, the federal government's tax incentives provide a strong financial argument for making the switch to electric vehicles. These policies not only help consumers afford EVs, but also contribute to Canada's goal of reducing carbon emissions and promoting energy independence. Despite Musk's personal stance against government incentives, Tesla actively benefits from these policies. By leveraging incentives to drive demand, Tesla ensures its vehicles remain competitive in the market. If you're considering purchasing an EV in Canada, it's essential to stay updated on the latest government programs and choose the incentive that best fits your financial situation. That's all for this video. If you found this information useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more Tesla stock news and EV updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.